Okay. So we're going to give you guys a little bit of homework help today. You're looking at your reasoning with similarity homework. We covered part of this in class. All right, so one of the things that we have to pay attention to is that idea of your givens. Okay, so I'm going to go ahead and mark that in our picture. Remember, we're talking about these lines here. FG is parallel to HJ. And again, we would mark those with triangles to show that they're parallel. That would be one piece of the given. So that should be the easiest thing to start your proof with, is FG is parallel to HJ. Why? Because it's given. Okay. All right, now we're looking for something that would be considered the reflexive property. Okay, so if I'm looking, I'm trying to prove that these two triangles are congruent. So you can kind of see the small triangle, which I'm going to do in red. Okay, and then you can see the big triangle in green. Okay, so one of the things that you should recognize is that they both share an angle, which is the reflexive property. Okay, the angle up here is what they have in common, and you would also see it in proving the triangles are similar. So that means E is congruent to E, angle E, by the reflexive property. Next piece, that's one angle. So then, if I already have one angle in common and they don't mention anything about sides, then the theory that I'm probably going for would be angle, angle. Okay. Now let's take a look. E to F to G. Okay. E to F to G is the angle here. And I'm looking at E to H to J, which is here. So if we're looking at that, trying to determine what type of angle those are. Now remember the parallel lines, okay? Parallel lines. That would make this line here their transversal. Now we covered alternate interior in class. Those aren't alternate interior angles. They're both on the right-hand side of the transversal. So therefore they're not that. Okay, so I'm gonna let you guys think about that, what that is, and then fill that in before class. Okay, moving on to problem number 2. So as we're looking at problem number 2, we can see we are given that AE and BD intersect. But there's nothing really special about the word intersect. But we do see this symbol here, and we see this symbol here. Okay, so now remember, that means that they have a 90-degree angle. Okay, so BA, so if I follow BA, where CA, where those two angles meet, that's 90 degrees. And where CD meets with ED, we can also see that's 90 degrees. Okay, so we just want to make sure that we write that appropriately. I'm going to mark that, and I'm going to write that in my proof. BA is perpendicular to CA, and CD is perpendicular to ED. Why? That's given. All right, now we also have to have the idea of, I use that vertical angle word. Okay, so I'm going to take a look, and I'm going to mark that. Those are what vertical angles are. Now, a lot of kids have issues with naming angles, so I'm not going to name them. I'm going to put a number. I'm going to call this one angle 1. I'm going to call this angle 2. So angle 1 is actually going to be congruent to angle 2. All right, so it looks like in this chart there should be one more space. We need the idea that those 90-degree angles need to be congruent to each other first. So I'm going to call this 4, and I'm going to write another one for 3. I do apologize. Okay, those angles that are up there would be angle B AC would have to equal angle. Remember, we need to go in order. If I'm going from B to A to C, then the other angle would have to be from E to D to C. Angle EDC. They both equal 90 for reasoning of definition of perpendicular. Okay, so then on step 4, that should be easy to fill in to see what you have. Okay. All right, on number 3, take a look at your angles and pay attention to what we were doing in class today. Okay, if you're paying attention in class today, we did 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, and we set up the correct proportional sides and the equal angles based on that. And then 3B, they're giving us pieces of information. EF is 4, BC is 18, AF is 21. Okay, so remember, AF is only from right here to right to here. That's only 21, which means it looks like we're missing a piece. Okay, well, which piece are we missing? The one that they asked us to. They asked us to find the length of FC. So I'm going to call that my X. Okay. Now, if you have your proportions set up correctly, we should be able to do this. All right, so I'm going to set up FE, the side here. FE is 4, so I'm going to do FE, and I'm going to set that over BC. That's its matching side. That's going to be 4 over 18. Now I need to get the other piece set up correctly, right? So I can see that F to C is my X. That's my small. So that's going to equal my X over which should be the long side of the big triangle. Now the long side of the big triangle needs to be all of this, which is X plus 21. So again, I would cross multiply as we have been doing and then solve. Okay, when you cross multiply on this one, here and here, you wind up with 18x equals, now remember that 4 needs to be multiplied by both of those pieces. 4 times x is 4x, and 4 times 21, that is 84. Okay, drop and solve. I'm going to leave you guys to figure out that on your own. Right, and the rest on the back are extra credit. So if you wanted help, I hopefully saw you after school. If not, then the extra credit does not count.